Hello everybody, Ivan Oberon here, co-founder of Steadfast Capital, certified coach, speaker, and trainer with the John Maxwell team, and seasoned real estate investor. Today I want to share with you a conclusion that I reached many years ago that I've been applying in my life, and that is simply this. As success-minded individuals and entrepreneurs, many of us, we got to understand and adopt the idea that daily learning is the key to our continual progress and reaching whatever success means to us. One of my mentors, Tracy, who's a world-renowned success coach, calls this the CANEI principle. And this is simply an acronym that stands for continual and never-ending improvement. So if we agree that daily learning is the key to our continual and never-ending improvement, then we have to ask ourselves a few questions. And the first of those questions is simply, what techniques or what simple yet effective principles can I adopt and apply in my life to help me on this quest of daily learning? I'm going to share with you 5 basic steps or techniques, principles that I've learned over the years that have helped me along my path and that I know will also help you. The first thing we have to do is ask, who do I listen to? Now you might be surprised by this statement, but there's a lot of misinformation out there and a lot of information gurus who have no real success in their lives other than selling of their information products. Now what I would suggest is that you listen to people who already have what you want and what you're after, who have a story of struggle and pain and ultimate success, meaning they saw themselves through and they came out on the other side of all that struggle. Therefore proving that what it is they're trying to teach you actually works, right? Let me give you an example. I could want to teach alcoholics how to get sober. And I could have every great intention in the world for wanting to do that. I could even go out there and do whatever research might be necessary for me to be as effective as I can. But since I've never been an alcoholic myself, I would have no credibility at all. Especially when you compare it against somebody like my 10th grade history teacher, who not only was an alcoholic himself, but came from an entire family of alcoholics and had been sober for more than 20 years. Not only is his credibility going to be way better than mine, but I can guarantee you that whatever principles and techniques and methods that he would use to teach people would be way more effective than anything that I came to and put together based off of my research. So be careful who you listen to. The next thing you got to do is focus on your Teachability Index. Now what is that? Well, there are 2 sides to the Teachability Index. And therefore, there's going to be 2 questions that you always want to ask yourself. The first side is, what is your willingness to learn? And the second side is, what is your willingness to accept change? So in every situation, ask yourself, how teachable am I right now? What I found is that as humans, we tend to reject a lot of information just automatically, based off of who it's coming from, right? Maybe the person is too young. Maybe we think they're too old. Maybe they came from the wrong part of the world. Or we don't agree with their political views. Or maybe all their values don't quite line up to ours. So we kind of begin to shut ourselves down. And when that happens, our Teachability Index drops to a 0. The goal, of course, is to have our Teachability Index at a 10 at all times, so that we can take from any potential learning opportunity. Think of it kind of as a buffet, right? You look at everything, don't just automatically denounce any value in the information. Just pick and choose from the things that do line up with your values, from things that you feel will help you on your own journey to success, and simply leave the rest behind. It's as simple as that. But always ask yourself, how teachable am I right now? The next thing, of course, is what is your willingness to accept change? You see, most people fear change and they completely shy away from it. But the reality is that we all want change. We all want things in our lives to change for the better. We want certain circumstances and situations to change. We may even want to change some people in our lives, right? Most people don't understand that in order for those positive things to change and happen in their lives, they have to allow for change to come into their lives. At least not until I'm through with them. Then they get a pretty good idea that change is a good thing and we should invite it into our lives. The next thing to look at is your training balance scale. And like the Teachability Index, the training balance scale has two sides to it as well. On the one side, you have your why. These are your feelings, your values, your emotions, those particular reasons of accomplishing or wanting to do a certain thing or task. On the other side is the how. This is the steps, the process, the framework, the doing of the thing, if you will. And what I want you to take away from this is that 99% of the value of that scale is weighted towards the why. The why is what's truly important. So get good at focusing on the why, and the how just kind of tends to take care of itself. If you focus too much on the how, you allow doubt and fear to creep in. And we all know that fear is nothing more than false evidence appearing real. If you focus too much on that stuff, it will derail your progress either temporarily or altogether on that particular goal or thing you're trying to accomplish. So get good at focusing on the why. The next step is understanding the 4 levels of consciousness. The first level is unconscious incompetence. This is where you don't know what you don't know. And your job in this stage is to figure out and understand what it is that you need to go out there and learn so that you can improve yourself, to make yourself more valuable and continually be more valuable to others. The next step is conscious incompetence. This is where you know what you don't know. And as soon as you get over the sting of that ignorance, there's a great place to be because now you have a target. Now you have a goal that you can focus on. I need to go and learn more about these things to make myself more valuable, to help me reach that next step in my journey. The next step is conscious competence. This is where you know and it begins to show. The 4th step, finally, is unconscious competence. This is where you know and you simply go. This is a great stage to be in and also to witness other people in. I mean, have you ever really witnessed a master at work in his craft? It's a joy to be a part of, to witness, to work with a person like that. But don't make the mistake of thinking they were born that way or that it happened overnight. Usually this is years and years and countless hours of work and dedication and trial and error. So I always appreciate a person like that. And the 5th step is to master the first 4 steps. And go out there and apply yourself. I'll encourage you to really take these things to heart, to apply them in your life, and to go out there and be intentional about your learning journey. And if there's ever any help that you need along the way, of course, I'm more than happy to be of service. I'm here to help take you to that next level. I want to thank you for watching this video and watching it all the way until the end. Feel free to connect with me on Facebook. If you're watching this on my blog, you can just click the social media buttons on the top for Facebook and LinkedIn and Twitter. Or if you're watching this on YouTube, I'm going to put a link to my profile so you can just get right to it. And remember, hold your vision for what you want to create in your life. And until the next video, take care of yourself.